So we're getting an early start to our vlogs today. So the last vlog will be pretty long, but here we have McDonald's because we're right by it. So I'm way too acquainted with the Lawsons here. They recognize me now. He says welcome back instead of welcome. Uh, and now this is the second time I've been to the third time I've been to this McDonald's now because it's close by. So Nick tried one of the different sandwiches yesterday. It was whatever. But hilariously, me and the cashier just are never on the same page. It's the same dude. So first time he didn't give me the sandwich I wanted, so I had to give Nick pity nuggets. Uh, and this time he gave us too much. We have 4 fries here, and I just cannot. Me and him just cannot get on the same page. But as far as the McDonald's, the chicken is a little bit different, but for the most part, it's about the same quality as in the States. It's not significantly. Maybe the chicken's a little bit better, but like, it tastes like a chicken nugget for the most part. If you want good chicken, go to Lawson's Karaage. But for the culture, we're eating McDonald's in the evening because there's one right by, and I have an evening snack. So unfortunately, Nick is adopting the same practice now. So, but
Hungry.
I'm hungry too. And McDonald's and Lawson's are your choices here at late at night. So that's what we got to work with. But yeah, also additionally, they don't have 10 pieces. They have 15 pieces, which are way cooler. And the grape Fanta is fantastic. That part's just objectively better than the States. But the fries are the same. I think they might be worse because they're a little soggier. But the chicken's mostly the same, even though it tastes a little bit different. But yeah, McDonald's at 11 here. And then we're supposedly doing a bougie breakfast tomorrow is our last day. Nick's gonna make me get up, unfortunately. Nick's on a mission to try every coffee place within our vicinity, so that's one down. We get our day started. Our goal is to do lots of walking today so that we're tired, so we're forced to go to sleep. Because we leave, train leaves at 7, so we're gonna get up at like 5:45 to be there a half hour early. We were there an hour early, probably a little excessive, so be there half hour early this time. So yeah, we're gonna go to the Kyoto Gardens again. This time we're actually gonna go see the palace, and then we'll walk to the station. So we're on the corner of a block while Nick drinks his melon soda. So we went to a dingy little diner thing for lunch. We had ginger pork. It was pretty good. Toshoyaki. It was actually quite good. It was a singular woman the older woman running the place, and she tried her darndest to communicate with us, even though we couldn't speak. We couldn't communicate at all with her, really. So most people here can figure it out if you just say like one word in Japanese and then point. It was not working with her. So she thinks we're in one day Kyoto trip, even though we were trying to communicate we were here 1 week and we're leaving. But
you know what?
Whatever. We figured it out, and now we're on our way to the Kyoto Imperial Palace. She gave us a nice map too of Kyoto, even though which
would have been nice to have a week ago.
Which would have been nice a while ago, but we've literally been to all the major landmarks already. So the only area of Kyoto we did not cover was the southwest. We've been to every other part of Kyoto, maybe in parts of the north of Kyoto.
Well, not only did we cover it, we walked.
We walked a lot of it. We've walked almost all of Kyoto now. So, yep. Onto the Imperial Gardens, and I need to pee very badly. Okay, so we are at the Kyoto National Garden. It's a massive area, and we are relying on the bum Nick to actually get us to the palace. Hopefully,
Where's your sense of adventure?
it's our last day. Fuck for getting lost on the last day. We still have some time to kill before. We have a lot of time to kill before it's nighttime for Daikichiyama, so I'll let Nick lead us to God knows where. But yeah, this national garden is just like a walk area. Mostly people just chillaxing like we did yesterday. But there's supposed to be a palace here, and we will find it eventually. So I bought a croquette that I'm also going to eat at this bench here. But here's the map the lady gave us. I'm just going to use this. Oops. I don't know how well you can see it with the sun, but to show off just how much of the main area of Kyoto we've walked. So we're currently here. This is like straight up in central Tokyo, and we patrol this area. Here, let me get some shade. There we go. There you go. Now you can actually see it. I put it on a rock. Hold that with my foot. So we're currently here in this area. Day 1, we went here, we walked this area, and then we walked all the way down here, and then we took a train to way off the map here to Uji, which is way south. Day 2, we went way this way to Arashiyama. We actually had to take a train there. It's so far, it's not on the map here. Day 3, we went to Ginkakuji. The Philosopher's Path is somewhere in here. And then we walked all the way across Kyoto to the Gold Temple, which is right here. And then, so we've walked almost all of central Tokyo. Not Tokyo, Kyoto. So the only areas of Kyoto we have not done are the far north here. Because we've been to north here, the northwest and the southwest. There's nothing in the southwest. So we've pretty much done all of the main area of Kyoto walking wise, except for the northwest and the southwest. And the only area touristy we didn't do is just the pure north. So yeah, we have done a lot of walking in Kyoto. And hilariously, for whatever reason, the boat here says Michigan. We are not near Michigan, so I wonder what the heck that means. Okay, so we're at what is presumably the Imperial Palace, and you can't see crap. It's just, it looks more like I have more strategic foothold than the other ones. So I've seen a fair amount of palace in my last a week and a half.
Yeah.
So we've seen prettier, but I'm the eldest son of the Campbell clan, an important and distinguished family. I'll figure out a way to get in, or at least vlog the inside of it a little bit. But yeah, this is supposedly where the emperor used to live. Now they live in the Imperial Palace in Tokyo. So that gate is very much closed. It's closed twice. So we gotta find a different way around. There is a guard there, so that's promising if we're gonna do something bold and brash to try and get in. So we can't actually get in, but at least the Imperial Palace here makes some nice shade for us to walk around it and pretend that we did anything regarding the palace. But the garden area itself is nice if you do come to Kyoto. It's worth seeing the garden area. Nick's impressed with large trees, and if you like large trees, there's plenty around here. Most pitiful excuse of a moat. You couldn't even fit a fish in there. So, yeah. I guess, is that the Imperial Palace? There's just two of them? What is this thing we've been walking around all day? Well, let's find out what that is. There's another gated wall thing here. Okay, so sad moment. You can't, this is the Imperial Palace. There's like two gated areas. This is the one you can go through. But, you have to do dedicated tour times for it. So they only have 3 today. So we could wait around for 2:30, I guess, but like we have better things to do than go through another palace. But yes, this is the one you could actually go through. This first. Okay, so we're back in Uji, which is south of Kyoto. We're going to find first Kumiko's iconic bridge. Bench, because we're at the bridge we were at previously. We have to find a bench. And you'll be like, hold on, it's just a bench. And it is just a bench, but it's a bench an anime girl sits on. So that's our goal, is we're finding that. I'm trying to vlog, buddy. Trying to find that bench. So it's on one of these sides. Maybe it's that way. This looks familiar. It's got to be on one of the sides down there. So we'll start there. So Nick and I are fighting because I led us in the wrong direction, but I righted it because Nick was like, oh, I can't find it on Google. And I found it because I'm used to bullshitting on the internet. And now he's like, well, if we just followed my intuition, we would have gotten there. And I'm like, if you could just read a map, we would have gotten there. But we're getting there now. So we're on our way there to the bench. And when I asked Nick what side of Uji it's on the south side. So, we're going south at least. Matcha gyoza, maybe we should. Okay, I think we found food places from the way back.
Yeah.
This is some interesting place. There's our girls. They're advertising the OVA here. Pog. This is super Pog now. Oh, we're gonna see that frame 1 that shit gets subtitled. This is not our bench, but we're getting warmer. We're getting warmer. We had a fun moment. We geeked out about the poster you just saw in the previous clip. And then another person went up to a Japanese lady, pointed herself, gave me a thumb and said Watashi mo, which means me too. So we got other Euphonium fans in the area. Okay, so we found the iconic Kumiko bench. It is ugly as heck. It looked a lot better in the blog. Time has not been kind to this bench, so It has been almost a decade now since the first season of Euphonium, but the part that is anime accurate is the beautiful view here. So Kumiko comes here to vent.
I think just sit on this bench.
Yeah, we are going to sit on the bench. Okay, we're sitting on the bench for now. We're sitting on a part of anime history. But Nick recognized it because this is recreated in the shot and the anime. But yeah, Kumiko goes here to vent sometimes and think about life. So yes, we did find the Kumiko bench.
This is a beautiful spot.
It is a very pretty spot when you sit on. The bench itself is ugly now because time has not been kind to it, but the area itself is very, very beautiful. You can see why Kumiko comes here to be whimsical about what she wants out of life. Way in the distance there is up in there somewhere. It's where Daikichiyama is. Not exactly sure where in that distance it is, but it's somewhere up there, and we're gonna be there at night, or sunset and night, whatever comes first. To document the scene and the way we originally envisioned for our touristing. So yeah, way up in there. Found more Euphonium pilgrimage stuff. So here's Liz and the Bluebird, the spin-off movie directed by Naoko Yamada. One of my favorite films of all time. I put it fourth on my favorite anime list. Just amazing directorial work. Here's the mid as fuck movie because of that dude there, Shuichi. Can't stand him. But it was also just mad rushed, but that was the sequel movie to the season 2 of Euphonium. Whisper here, but we're in the tour. We're in the place so you can see these from outside. You could actually just walk in, and they have a whole setup here for weebs like myself to vlog. So there's where, that's where we're going tonight. Is the scene where that takes place. That's movie 3. It's the movie, and then season 1. You can see how old it is now. But yeah. Yeah, very cool. So first, I'll show this first, and I want to document Nick's cowardice, who was fled like a rabbit out of that Kyo at that tourist center because he was embarrassed while I was vlogging. I was gonna go ask her for some UFO merch if she had it. Might have. I was definitely gonna go look at the things, but Nick's a coward in terms of social interaction. But now we're on the island in the middle. Which is a cool, pretty area too. So we're in the middle of Uji River right now. They just have this little island set up here. It's called Toshimo Island, and they have birds in there. My dad would be in shambles that they have birds in cages. So too bad for him. I'm vlogging it anyway, but you don't have to watch this part, Dad. I think. Look, there they are. Yeah. So don't look, Dad. Don't look at all. So this area is known for matcha, and there is a place here that does matcha everything. Literally ramen, gyoza, dessert, it's all matcha. Like matcha is mostly a dessert thing. Like even takoyaki they do matcha. And Nick's too cowardly to go here, so I don't know, I guess we're gonna have to... Nick's discerning taste buds are too discerning to try this. Which might be a good idea. But I mean, like, I'm not seeing... Like here, okay, we got some normal stuff at the bottom there. Got some normal stuff at the bottom here, the normal ramen flavors and the karage. But everything else is literally matcha flavored. So we'll probably try somewhere different. So either I bullied Nick into it, or the foreigners braved him, or he decided to be adventurous or in character for trying weird things. But we are in the matcha ramen place. A weird way to end our Japanese food experience, though I'm having Lawson tonight as my last snack. We're just gonna get the recommended one, the matcha noodles, spicy salt soup ramen with boiled egg and kimuti, which looks like kimchi thing, so it'll be weird. It'll be weird. So Nick's doing a matcha beer too. Oh, we have matcha dumplings as well. So we're going exotic. We're going exotic for sure. That looks so funny.
It looks so like unnatural.
This looks like a soda. Think you're gonna drink it for me? You're on camera.
It's so blue.
He made a weird face, but it wasn't his sakura liqueur weird face.
It's like spicy.
Is it really?
Not spicy, like it's spicy.
Oh, I gotcha. So, Well, Nick's tired of his food reviews, so let him look.
It's citrusy. It is citrusy.
We'll let him figure it out.
Like a slightly bitter green tea flavor. I like it.
Nick made a weird face, but here is our matcha ramen and our matcha gyoza. But to make sure there are noodles, and they are quite green. So this will be an interesting food experience. How was it, Nick?
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll survive. We'll survive. So here we are with our ice cream. I went full matcha. Nick got partially matcha. He's also partially buzzed, apparently, too.
It's fine.
So Dad was worried about me getting hammered off the Sakura core. It did absolutely nothing. I'm not convinced it was 10% alcohol content. But yeah. So as for the matcha noodles, they were pretty mid, to be honest. It was okay. It was easily our worst bowl of ramen we've had. So go to Ichiran for ramen if you want that, for cheap ramen. But it was all right. The matcha, honestly, you hardly taste it on the noodles. The noodles just taste slightly weird, and the rest of it was a normal ramen besides having kimchi. Now, I like the gyoza dumplings with matcha. I kind of dig those. But Nick thought they were mid, too.
Yeah.
But here's the ice cream. The ice cream I'm quite confident in. Matcha is meant to be a dessert.
Yes.
We're crossing the other bridge across the Uji River. We're still an hour from sunset, but it takes 20 minutes to get up there. So we'll be doing that, and then we won't have to wait too long. Hopefully half an hour for sunset, and then hopefully a half hour, just a little bit after that for at nighttime view with the lights. See how that is. Nick's worrying me a little bit.
I'm fine.
He says he's fine. Some strange behavior mannerisms back on the island there. I had to put in the location for the mountain.
Put it in last time too.
Because Nick can't spell right now. So we'll see how. I'll try to be careful around the mountain. I'll not do anything too rash. So this is a potential spot. So last time when we came here, we didn't get the spot where Kumiko and Reina meet before they climb up the mountain. So it looks like a potential for it. Pretty similar area with this little shtick here. So perhaps this is where it is, and this is where we will start our second pilgrimage up Daikichiyama. So we're here because Nick decided to speed walk up the mountain, where we're here 40 minutes before sunset. So, well, I don't know, maybe I should just go down again and walk up it again. But there's a lot of people here right now, so hopefully we can outlast them for the view to enjoy it at night. So we got here at 6:20, way too early, because Nick's bum ass wanted to climb that mountain way too fast, but we have made it to Daikichiyama at night.
It's pretty incredible.
It is pretty awesome. It does not have the same romantic vibes as episode 8 of the show, because we got a whole ass squad here with us this time. So, but it's still a pretty good view overall. I'll get a shot of the pavilion in just a second for the vlog, but that's where Kumiko and Reina are gay with each other. Go from the back. And see it from here. It looks really cool from here. So this is much more what the scene of the show is like from this view. So yeah, there we go. Do you want to be in the vlog?
Sure, yeah.
So this is the first guy who's talked to us on this trip, so it's a good way to end the trip, that we actually communicated with another human being who wasn't Nick or myself. So there's Daikichiyama at night. I don't know if I'll put the vlog together tonight, because I have to pack still, but yeah, very, very pretty. When we upload the pictures, I'll have Nick send them because his phone's better than mine. So we have finished our Japan trip. This is much later than I was planning on filming this last vlog. So Nick and I packed. We had to pack in such a way that we can fit all our things, one, and then two, we actually were a little worried we get close to the 800 limit and added our stuff up. So I'm at 620 something estimated. So that's a little high, unless if I get a really mean officer and they add up everything. I would have tried to be generous, but so that's it took longer. So this vlog is not going up till when we're back in the States. Since we're going to bed soonish, I'm gonna do my last trip to Lawson in just a second. But yeah, we did 1 week in Tokyo, 1 week in Kyoto. It's weird to think it's finally over.
Yeah,
Like I'm
wild.
like it went by very, very quickly. Will I be glad to get back to the States? Partially, but I will also be sad. But I will. It's less getting back to the States and more of less. I'm ready to be done with the travel sort of life and just sit down and relax. Favorite times in Tokyo was probably our first day doing the Shinkai locales. Best food was either the sushi at Ichiran Ramen. The okonomiyaki place was very good. Those were some of the highlights. All the food we had here was very good except for our omurice. That was probably the only strikeout.
Yeah.
Any thoughts, Nick?
Traveling internationally is awesome.
Traveling internationally, it depends on where you're traveling internationally to.
Well,
That's
I
true.
had a blast. Makes me want to do more trips.
Okay. Well, I'm not doing any trips anytime soon because I'm not as poor as I thought I was going to be. My bank account looks okay-ish to get through the summer. Thankfully, I'm teaching this summer too, so that will cover my rent for the summer. But I'm not going to lose too much on this. I still am spending a good chunk of my savings to do this, but I will not be starving when I get back. But as thoughts on Japan, I had a blast. Not much else to say to finish this off. I suppose I'll be talking to people when we get back. We have a very busy day tomorrow. We're set an alarm for 5:45. Train, I believe the bullet train leaves at 7:05. Thankfully, we're very close to it. We're literally 3-minute walk to the station that goes to Kyoto Station where we need to go, so pretty close. And then we have Haneda to Detroit, which is 13 hours. And then we have Detroit to Chicago, and then Nick has to deal with the stress of
Driving home.
And then I'm Ubering back to Andres, my sister's. And I'm spending a couple of days there, and then I'm flying back to Detroit, where my aunt will pick me up. I spend a couple of days with my aunt and uncle, and then I finally get home to be away from people. We finally met another traveler and talked with them at Daikichiyama. They briefly showed up in the last vlog. His name was Stanley. He shared an Instagram with Nick to communicate with him. We had a good time with Stanley at the top of the mountain. So on the very last part of our trip, we met another traveler to talk with. He's from Hong Kong, but he's going to school at USC. He's math major. I think he's a junior, thinking about doing a master's program. So yeah, this concludes our last vlog. Crazy to think it's finally over, but yeah, that was our Japan trip. Next time I talk to you all will be when we're in the States. So thank you for watching if you watched them. We had a good time. See you all sometime soonish. So this is a little epilogue vlog. There's Nick. We have survived our traveling. We have made it to Chicago. It was a long day.
Yes.
We took a bullet train from Kyoto to Tokyo, had the train from the Tokyo station to the airport, flew to Detroit, had a delay from Detroit to Chicago, and now we're here. Nick's got to drive 2 more hours, and I'm taking an Uber or taxi to my sister's place. So I started these vlogs with me being sleep deprived. I'll end it with me being sleep deprived. This time that's only partially true. I got 1 hour of sleep on the plane this time, the clutchest hour of sleep in my life. Otherwise I'd be dead. I feel okay with that 1 hour. Nick slept fine. You watched 12 Angry Men and Aliens.
Yep.
Yeah, and at the beginning of these vlogs I said that America's a backwater country. I'm standing by that. We're back here and everyone is loud and rude. And there's already cigarette butts on the grounds and stuff. So
It's wild.
So Nick and I, here we go. Nick and I will be parting ways here.
Yep.
So thank you all for watching once again, even though I already said that already.
Yep.
And now we're gonna go back to doing our daily lives.
Back to our bum life.
Yep, back to the bum life. So thank you all for watching. See you all later.
See ya.